Alhamdulillah, right. What's good, motherfucker? Holy shit. Another day, another dollar. Another guala, another baller. Holy shit, bitch. How we doing? How we doing today? Oh, so we went and got ourselves some fucking vape juice. Dude, I don't know how the fuck I woke up so early goddamn yesterday. So goddamn early yesterday, whatever the fuck, dude. But like, it just didn't happen today. I woke up at like 12. It's currently 4:08. I have an angry guy right there and it hurts. And it fucking hurts. So yeah, basically we got a late start today, which is fine, you know, I don't really care too much. But we got nugs, we got vibes. Tonight we're just gonna straight grind away. It is Thursday evening, or Wednesday evening in fact. So yeah, check out this shit. I forgot what it was. Some shit. It was like a really weird cross. It was like fucking some cross or some strain I've never heard of, mixed with Granddaddy Perp. So it's a very interesting strain. I haven't really fucked with Granddaddy Perp in a long time. I haven't really came across one that's that good for me to want to like really buy it and smoke on. So yeah. And these nugs are very, like, they resemble fucking Colorado nugs, hella, because of how dense and how, like, much they're packed full of fucking weed. It's really weird. When I got this, I got a half O of this shit, and then, like, it didn't look that big, but then I started really looking at the fucking nugs and shit, you feel me? And they're dense ass fuckers. So, that's sick. The weird thing about it is I would never see any bud that's just dehydrated here, or this consistency per se. So that's pretty cool. You know, whenever I went to Colorado and shit back when I like lived closer to there, every time I picked up on nugs, that's the only thing I'd get is some dry, dense, nice fucking thick nugs. Where am I going? Oh, dude, bet. I'll do that. Well, we got a fat little trip. We're gonna rip the bong real quick, and then we're gonna head back down to Everett, which is nice. That's exactly what I wanted. Goddamn, son. Whoa, almost went off the road, boys. Woohoo! Oh my God, so I just thought of something. And I was looking back at my notes and shit, and I just remembered upon a very fucking funny incident of, same thing, dude. Me and my boy Warden just popping shrooms and shit for no fucking apparent reason, dude. Oh my God, we did this shit all the fucking time. And it was always it always varied between spots of where we actually did it. We never went out. We never actually did anything off of fucking shrooms because, like, I don't know. I guess we knew we would probably end up being so fucked up that we shouldn't be out in public. You know, I'm glad we at least were accountable for that, you know, just fucking, yeah, do drugs at home, but like, God fucking damn, bro, like, we would trip the fuck out and piss our parents off, bro, like, God damn, it was bad. Like, we weren't even like fucking sneaky about it most of the time. And this is why I was thinking about this fucking story, because it's goddamn hilarious. At least to me, I think it's fucking funny. Every time I think about it, or I just remember it out of nowhere, dude, I have to start laughing harder than fuck, because what the hell, you know what I'm saying? Dude, that was such a bad time. Fucking so at this point, my boy Warden had moved away pretty far, like to the next like town over, because he actually just had a little brother. His mom and his stepdad finally, you know, pulled the trigger and, you know, had a little kid. And I think they were planning to do it for a long time, because Soren was always like, bro, I really want like a little brother and shit. Like, that shit would be dope. He'd always be like fucking just hyping it up. And I was always like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. You know, like having a little guy like just under your wing type shit. You get to show him the ropes and whatnot. That's pretty cool. But like from where we were at initially, I understand why they wanted to leave, because it's not, I don't come from a great place, right? Like, it's a very ghetto town with not much opportunity at hand, especially like if you're trying to excel, or if you're trying to like put your kid in like a good environment per se. It's a big druggy town, and there's nothing to do. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing to excel in. There's not like Boeing, or there's not Microsoft. It's just such a small town. Like, the only job you're gonna get is like the highest, or like the best paying job you can get in that town and that radius per se is like a city job, you feel me? And you know, that comes with its perks and whatnot, but you know, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad opportunity by any means. Like, it is good pay. There's a lot to do in the labs and stuff like that, but you know, that's like one of the only things you can do, relatively speaking. So it's a pain in the ass to really like figure out per se. Anyways, they moved away to the next town over, which is, it's in comparison pretty damn big. I mean, it is the capital of, you know, that state or whatever the fuck, so it makes sense why they wanted to do it. They did that. So we would only get together every like weekend or so, and it was a very rare occurrence. So you know, we went fucking ham every time we got back together. So at this particular time, I just started driving, dude. Oh, my fucking Beamer, my E46, dude, my fucking gorgeous little baby that I got rid of, 4-wheel drive. I regret that decision every day of my life. But the thing is, it ran like shit. Like, oh my, in the cold and shit, if it dropped below 30, it just wouldn't fucking start. It would crank, but it just wouldn't turn over. It was so fucking annoying. I got a nice lemon fucking flavor, dude. That shit ain't bad. I wish I had a new coil for it, because it's like, it's kind of like battling with the other one that was in the coil and whatnot. Anyways, so yeah, we got together, and we planned to, you know, take some shrooms and shit. We were gonna fucking trip this particular evening because, dude, I don't know, at this point, why the fuck not? It was either we were doing acid or we were doing shrooms. He picks up, he had a really, really good plug at the time. Like the same guy, I'm pretty sure, that he was getting like them ounces and shit from. So I never really had to pick up shrooms and shit, which was so nice. It was such a fucking relief, because I just didn't really know any shroom plugs. I only really knew like fucking weed plugs and shit at that point in my life, just because I didn't really expand out. You know what I'm saying? So he got the damn shrooms. I pull up to his crib. I throw a cruise up to his crib. Hence why I'm saying, you know, I was driving at the time. And, you know, I get there and shit. A nice little 30-minute drive, nice little cruise type shit. I don't know. At this point, I probably made it like a 20-minute cruise, because I was just fucking, I would fucking balls to the wall fucking blast that fucking BMW down I-90, not giving a shit, dude. It was so much fun. That car was so much fun. There was no vehicle that has handled like that in my life. I pull up, and then we fucking get to planning shit out. We had dabs already on deck and shit like that, because that was just the vibe, you know. Like, at this point, we were dabbing every day. And we get the shroomies out, and then we get to weighing them out. Like, I think we both did like a fucking like an 1/8 each this night, and it was sick, because we had just figured out about like the lemon tech and like the orange tech and shit like that. So we had gotten us like a big ass thing of fucking Sunny D, and we just split it, and then we fucking dropped our fucking 1/8s in there. And every once in a while, homeboy will send me a video on Snap that he saved, and it's just like, just that, it's the memory of like the fucking, just the fat ass thing, just a bunch of shrooms floating on top of a big ass thing of fucking Sunny D. It's the funniest fucking shit in my life, but just because it reminds me of this night. That's exactly what we did. So yeah, we get and also, like, since it was a new house and shit, his mom was super adamant about us like not smoking in the crib. So what we had to do was like put a little fucking towel under like the fucking the chair, or like, sorry, the door and shit. And we would crack the window open, but like, it was funny because that window didn't open all the way, because it added like a restrictor or whatever the fuck. So you know damn well it was stinking up in that John, and his mom was always bitching us out. And she didn't necessarily care, because like I've told you before, she smoked. She didn't give a fuck about the smell. It was just the dad, and the fact that his brother's room was like literally right next door to like where we were at and shit. So like, she didn't really want, like, you know, neither parent wanted him getting introduced to weed that way, blah blah blah, you know, he's too young and shit. I get it, I'm not mad. Why the fuck did you raise your other son not giving a shit? You just smoke bowls in front of him and just not give a fuck. That's just the way you lived, you know what I'm saying? It was just a fucking funny time, in my opinion. But so we do all this shit knowing damn well it's literally not gonna stop anything, but we do it anyways, because we just didn't want to go in the garage that's like 2 fucking feet away and smoke. Whatever, dude. So yeah, we do that shit, bro. We get to taking our dabs, and we were just kind of sipping on this fucking concoction all night of fucking shrooms and ass, essentially. And this doesn't taste good. Shrooms do not taste good inheritedly. When you fucking add them into like orange juice and shit, bruh, that shit turns into fucking like sludge, like into fucking like waste, like shit you shouldn't be ingesting, but you do it anyways because you just want to fucking trip. that's just the way it goes, you know what I mean? You did fucking hell, dude. I'm fucking 14, 13 years old, not giving a shit, dude. Give me that. So I'm not sober. What the fuck, dude? I'm like, fuck me. So yeah, man. And fuck, man. So like that shit did hit us pretty quick. I remember we took it at like fucking 4 or like 3. I think this was like a Friday night. So I just fucking threw a fat cruise right after I got out of school. So it was like 4-ish. So we fucking get to sipping and shit and taking fat ass dabs in his room, and he has like a little computer setup as well, you know. We be playing fucking stupid ass games together and shit like that. So we just get on the computer and shit and we just start fucking gaming. And then at this point it was clutch because he had like a little TV on the wall, so we just threw on some Twitch and shit and we would just be enjoying it. It was such a good fucking time, bro. I don't remember specifically what we were watching. I think we threw on like some, at this point it was like Fortnite. Like I don't know why the fuck he was watching Fortnite, but the kid was, so I wasn't mad. And then out of nowhere, bro, that shit just starts hitting us like a madre. Like a fucking, like an hour and a half in, bro. Like we're off our fucking balls, dude, like bad. And at this point, his mom already got home and shit. And she'd always cook us dinner, but it would always be like later towards the evening, like around 8 or 9. Which was crazy to me. Like, holy shit, you get home and you're not just hungry, especially being a stoner and shit. I get it. Like, that's one of the reasons why I didn't like going over, because like, I mean, I appreciate it. Like, no matter what, they made me food and shit. I appreciate everything they did for me because they were like my second family. But god damn it, at 5 o'clock, I was on that shit. My mom on that shit. She always cooked dinner like right when she got home, or she had it in the crock pot. So we would just be munching, macking, fucking bugging right away, dude. I didn't give a fuck. And I was a fat kid. I grew up a fat kid, so like my eating schedule is just a little bit more tight than the average Joe per se. Even now, like now that I'm skinny and shit, dude, I'm a fucking pig. And I'm just lucky that my fucking what do you call it, metabolism went down, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, at this point, like we hadn't eaten or anything like that. I was fresh out of school and it was 5, so fuck me, dude. We were hella dabs deep at this point. Like as I said before, he was getting ounces and shit, so I couldn't even tell you how much we smoked. I just know his room was fucking boxed, and anytime he opened that door to go throw a piss, dumped into the hallway and just fucking stunk that goddamn house up. All times that I was like over at his crib, you just knew it was gonna be fucking bad. And his stepdad would just come and bitch at us, bro, bitch. And he was a dick about it too. God damn, you know, like those fucking quiet parents that like are always quiet up until you like low-key piss them off and then they fucking flip. He was that type of guy, and he was fucking like he's yoked, bro. He's big, he's a big old dude. He's like 6'5", like no, he's like 6'2", but he's still big, you know, like inheritedly fucking way bigger than I am. I'm not gonna fucking fight you in your goddamn house. I'll just leave if you're really gonna start bitching at me over shit, you feel me? So yeah, dude, we get to fucking rolling balls, and at this point it was already about like 6 and shit. So like we were just on the computer and shit, but he just started tripping me out because he was like, bro, I'm fucking tripping balls. And I like just, it started fucking throwing me into a loop as well. Like, bro, I'm starting to trip my fucking ass off too. I was going nonverbal trying to just convince myself I was okay. Was not fucking working, bro. So we fucking just take a couple more dabs and shit. And the thing is about us is that we get weird when we're like tripping the fuck out. We'll just turn off all the lights, all the like the computer shit. We'll turn off the monitors. We'll turn off everything, bro. And like we'll just sit in silence in the dark. Like I don't know why. So it was like at this point it was already like 8 o'clock, and then we decide that we're just going fucking Bravo. We're going lights out, bro. Fucking throw the NVGs on, bro. We're in this shit right now. Fuck, dude. And it stresses me out. I don't know why we do that. Like it just, we're already in a bad trip. What the fuck makes you think putting yourself in a fucking nightmare, like fucking solidated, like secluded ass fucking like environment? Like why the fuck are you gonna do that? I don't know. We were psychotic, so we did that, and we fucking just have a terrible time. And he had like a snake at this time. At this point, he still has a snake, but like he had a snake at this point in his room and shit, and it had like a red light. He kept that red light on like during the nighttime, and he flipped it on whenever we started like, you know, fucking just settling down and shit. That red light was like, I couldn't see it, you feel me? Like it was just like the hue, it was like lit up enough to where you would just barely see it. Like, you know, red is inherently dark and shit, but like it was just, since I was tripping so fucking hard, I couldn't really see it. Like I thought like it was like night vision that I had or some shit. Like I was tripping so fucking hard, so like the dark was like just fucking morphing into this red, and it was just creating like this fucking pool of just like not good energy, you feel me? Like, and oh my God. So I always go nonverbal if I'm having a bad trip. I'm not loud or anything like that. But my fucking boy, oh my God, he fucking screams and shit. He's bloody murder. He fucking like acts as if he's getting stabbed or some shit. Like, I don't fucking understand. Like, oh my God. And it was so bad this night that I was genuinely curious as to if his mom thought we were like gay or some shit, because this kid was just fucking hollering all fucking night, dude. Like, as soon as it like got dark outside and shit, I just remember him just like screaming and shit, and I couldn't like really tell you what the specific noises were because I was so fucked up. I just remember he was like screaming, and it wasn't like he was like scared or anything. It sounded like fucking girl moans and shit. So from the outside perspective, you would think these fucking kids are butt fucking or some shit in, you know, the teenage room with this fucking musk of like fucking nasty teenage hormones and sweat seeping out alongside fucking GMO dabs and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a concoction of fucking ass. Like, it literally it probably smells like a fucking homeless man slept in a fucking porta potty that was already full to the brim, fucking decided that he wasn't gonna leave for a week and just sweated it out. He didn't give a shit. His literal shower was his sweat in the porta potty. That's probably what the fuck it smelt like. You know what I'm saying? It was, oh my God. And like his mom, dude, she kept walking up to the door and going, bong, bong, bong. Y'all need to shut the fuck up. You're being loud. Like it would just progressively kept coming. Like the second time, dong, dong, dong. Dude, seriously, y'all need to shut up. And then like, dong, dong, dong. Bruh, are you guys like tripping? Like, bro, like she kept knocking on the door, and then like eventually it got to the point where she would just be screaming from her fucking room like, shut the fuck up, guys. Like, bro, I'm surprised she didn't just barge in the room and just like see what the fuck we were doing, because we were like literally like, it was either we were getting fucking murdered or we were getting like fucking, like we were just getting the sexy on. Like, I didn't quite understand what the hell was going on, if I'm being quite frank. It was just not a particularly good time, you know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of the way it went. I don't fucking know. But either way, it just wasn't necessarily anything that was like particularly fucking good. What is homeboy doing? What the fuck? It just, I don't know. And then just getting yelled at the entire time just wasn't the fucking vibe. Like, being in a dark room and shit already, just like, what the fuck? Like, why were we like already just... why? Like, what was the fucking reasoning behind it? Like, we could have just went to my crib, had an amazing time tripping or whatever the fuck, and it would have been nice, like, realistically, because here's the thing. Like, I had a big ass room and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, my room was so far from my mom's that we could be as loud as we want. You could be fucking hooting and hollering as much as you goddamn want. It doesn't matter to me because she can't fucking hear it. When we're in this tiny little fucking townhouse, essentially, you know, that's in a neighborhood that the walls just got built like a year ago, and of course they didn't fucking fill them with whatever the fuck, what do you call it? The shit that makes everything quieter. Of course they didn't do that. Like, when you can hear a fucking needle drop from the next room when it's like 3 a.m., why do you think this is a good idea? I genuinely was tweaking. Like, why the fuck? Why? Like, so after this, you best believe we never fucking tripped on anything at his crib. Like, soon he just started like always being like, bro, we should trip at your crib. I was like, oh, like always, I always said, let's just go to my crib. Like, and I get why he wanted to be at his own if we're gonna be tripping the fuck out, because there's like the comfort level of it. And at this point, I didn't necessarily care for that if I was with my boy, you feel me? Like, that's my boy. Like, that's all I really need to be okay, you feel me? Like, my brother in arms, that's all that fucking matters to me. But he was a little bit different in that aspect of things, and I'm not mad, because like I'd be the same with my computer. Like, even now, I don't feel like I'm truly at home if I move anywhere if my computer's not there. The rest of my shit can be there, you know, but like if my computer's not there, it's not home. Wherever my computer resides is home. It's just weird for me. But yeah, that was the story of him fucking just screaming bloody fucking murder in his mom's crib while we were fucking off and ate the shrooms. And I'm sure we didn't finish these shrooms. I'm sure of it, because the next morning we literally like fucking just woke up and shit at like 1 and fucking like looked around the crib, which was trashed, or his room, which was fucking trashed. Every time we did it, his room was trashed. And inheritedly, or already, he was kind of, you know, a messy guy, so like his room was already a little bit messy and shit, which is fine. Like, I'm not mad at it, but like we fucked it up even worse, bro. And I remember finding my cup of shrooms and I was like, bro, I only ate like half of that shit and I was twacked. I was fucking whacked out, bro. That shit was bad. And then the same thing with him, like he barely took any. He was just fucking screaming. What the fuck? If you're gonna be tripping with your boys and shit, just don't plan on screaming and shit. And the thing is, I always try to like talk to him about it. He doesn't remember fucking screaming. Who doesn't remember just fucking rolling around your bed like a fucking caterpillar or some shit and just fucking screaming? I don't know. Anyways, that's where we're at, dude. I got sober telling that story and shit. I'm gonna go post up somewhere else. I'm gonna go cruise for a little bit longer and see what the fuck is good.
Down on some meat, giving brain don't come, cause it's gonna get on my teeth. He been jerking too fast, told him jerk it in slow motion, yeah.